So today we're just doing a simple oil change, and I was going to put it off longer because it still had some time on it. The oil didn't look bad, but the other day I was looking at the little sticker here in the window, and it said when and what type, and it said 5W20. And I'm like, wait a minute. I checked the owner's manual. Sure enough, it's supposed to be 5W30. Huge difference? I don't know, but it does make a difference. I know that. I mean, it's more fluid. It's going to make those parts chatter. It's too sloppy. So you're going to have increased engine wear potentially, and so I don't want to drive around with it. So we're going to barely warm it up. I'm going to dump that junk out of here and put in some 5W30 like the manual calls for. Got nobody to spot me at the moment. Come up till I make contact with these ramps, and then we'll see where we are in alignment. One looks good. That one looks good. Almost like a guy lined it up right. Cool. Now let's see if I can get it up on there without falling off the other side. Oofda. Looks like I can come forward a little more. Yep. Another inch or two would do. There. Well, guess I could show you my other new purchase. Got some gloves from Harbor Freight, Hardy, to go with my camo ones. The camo ones are about had it. They got a couple holes, but I'm like, you know what? The car is white and gray and yellow, or white and black and yellow and gray, yeah, on the inside. So got some driving gloves now to match. I don't know how often I'll remember to use them, but anyway, like I said, I don't want to really warm this up too much, honestly. The sooner I get this oil out of here, the better. That's enough. That's enough. If I can get back out of here. Oh gosh. Of course, you see here my old charging cables for the electric car. So much for that. That deer, man. But the insurance company gave me enough to buy this with money to spare. So that's a good thing. Maybe I'll buy another car. This Mustang isn't getting the fuel economy that I was expecting. So if you look on the interwebs for this vehicle, EPA rating is 29 highway, and I mean I've only put a half tank, and then I filled up. And I just did a quarter tank. Help if I popped it. But so far I'm averaging a whopping 22.5 miles per gallon. And I said, man, what the heck? And it is possible that the wrong oil could have some impact. I doubt very much it's that big of an impact, but it might have something to do with it. So, and then of course with 73,000 and change miles on it, hey, it's entirely possible nobody's ever changed out the plugs and wires. So it might just need a tune-up too. I also put some fuel treatment through the last tank. I might do the seafoam thing. It sounds good. So I don't, less is more in my book. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. All those expressions, they're valid. So anyway, let me get a little air able to get in here. I always like to pop the dipstick and crack open the valve cover, just rattle loose so that the oil can drain out super easy. Let me get my drain pan. There's the ground. Okay. So as we come under, already went by it. There is the filter. And I mean, I can get at it from 3 sides. This is great. Why can't all automakers make the oil filter that easy to get to? So again, you roll out front of the car, roll under here, and there it is. It's just right there. And then oil pan right here, the drain plug. Oh man, that's tight. Where's my drain plug? There's my transmission. Bolting up right here. So there's the rear main seal. Not a drop. No leak there. That's wonderful. There's the starter. And here is the drain pan, or the drain plug. Let me get you again from the front. So here's your filter, and your drain plug is right here. I mean, super easy to get to. Now this is the first time I've seen under the car. So yeah, you know, the exhaust has got some rust, but not really. I mean, that's just like surface stuff. Drive shaft's got surface rust. Everything else, I mean, how lucky did I get? I mean, and the Carfax showed that this was actually a Connecticut car. I mean, everything's solid. There's no giant flakes of rust coming off like on my truck. Oh, so that's wonderful. All right. Pan. And what size do I think that is? Where'd my plug go? Oh yeah, over here. It's on this side. Okay. I'm all over the place with my camera. Here's my plug. That feels, oh gosh, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, we're upside down again with the phone. I really need a camera lady. I'm not very good with the camera. Camera ladies have more practice. Let's get you down as low as I can with this stand. Is that low enough? Not really. I've got a cardboard box here I could lean you against. That looks terrible. Let's see if I could just lean you like that. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I think that works. If I could get you a little more upright. No, I think I think I like you right there. Okay. So, towel. Go on my belly on the creeper here. Get this under here. We do have a little wind today, and that wind, you know, it'll take the oil for a ride. So we'll try not to do that. And then the game of which wrench is the right size. I brought my socket set out, but I think I'd rather use a wrench. It's really easy to get to. So, bring my wrench set back out. Still haven't put away my tools. It seems like I'm just not putting anything away anymore until all my projects are done, which will be never. Probably never. All right, we're gonna try a half. Let's try a 1/2 inch, shall we? Half inch no-go. How about a 9/16? Oh, that's close. It's so close, I worry it might be metric. I say worry, it doesn't matter. I've got, not like I don't have a set. 5/8. Too loose, so we are metric. Let's try a number 15. 15 millimeter. Bingo. Oh no, did they over tighten it? I hate when they over tighten it. And this guy's just wanting to round it. Let me get my, this is ratcheting. I don't want to put that much torque on it. So let me get my boxed end non-ratcheting. There are a million of them that I don't need. 15. All right. Is that a 3/8 or a half drive? That is a half drive. That's fine. I might need to let, oh gosh, chalk in the way, broken. Daggone kids leave the chalk everywhere. They're as bad as me. It's like they're learning to leave their junk out from their old man. I guess I can't be too mad at them. They'll probably be mad at me for breaking their chalk container. All right, let's see if this works. Too much extension here. Shorten it up. Come on, get on there. You want your socket to seat all the way, otherwise it'll still round it off. Hey, look what a difference some leverage makes. All right, now get back over here, drain plan. All right, you still got a good view over there. Oil's not exactly warmed up, but I just want to get it out of there. Ooh, almost missed the pan. Came out with some good pressure. All right. And now, one of the advantages, of course, of changing your own oil is there's no race. You're not hurrying to get next guy in the shop. You can let more of it drain out, which is great. You can take our time. So, yeah. And again, I mean, it's that is not dirty oil. It's just too thin. Oh, it just got really still. Like there was a little bit of a breeze and it just got real still. Like a bad movie. It's quiet. Too quiet. Like, no, it's not. This is great. Just a barely hint of a breeze every once in a while. Yeah, this is wonderful. Man, everything just looks so clean. I mean, like this sway bar, I mean, it's got no rust on it. That's wild. Everything looks amazing. Just, I mean, really, really nice. The bracket up front that supports the radiator, just barely a little surface rust. Nothing much at all. That's fantastic. I want to put new radiator fluid in it too. It just, I don't know. You just don't know the history of the car, and you don't know if it's ever been done before. So when you get a used car, you just kind of go through it and you treat it as if it's not been done. Just do it to be on the safe side. You know, it's only got 73,000 miles. You know, the previous owners might have been like, oh, it's not due for this. But at this point, daggone car is 23, almost 24 years old. So, you know, it'd be worth it to me to go ahead and swap out all the fluids. I'm gonna replace the transmission fluid. I'm gonna replace the rear differential fluid. I just want all new fluids in this thing. Now, I'll do a half butt job on the power steering fluid. I'll probably just siphon some out and add new. And the brake fluid, if it looks fine, that's fine. I don't need to replace that. But yeah, that's on the agenda. So we're down to still a trickle, a stream though, of a creek. I don't know. I had to move it over this way a little bit because some of it's coming this way and dripping off this side. I don't have a whole lot of time though. I got to get to a neighbor. He's going to teach me how to weld. Oh man, that one's on there too. Let me go get a wrench for this filter. But look how much room I have. This is just amazing. Oh, a joy to work on. There's just so much room. Oh, hey, there's a date right on here. There's a date on it. It says SEP, I don't know, last. I can't read it very well. All right. There is a date on it. Oh, maybe some writing over here too. Wonder if the guy did it himself. All right, well, we're down to just a slow drip. So I think I'm ready. So go ahead and put the plug back in there. Whoa, man. I grabbed the the towel. You doofus. All right. That's most of it. And now I can move the pan this way to catch whatever was in the filter. Little pan here is not super full, but it's full. Should be able to take whatever's in here though. All right, start that off. One time I was taking my filter off and I wasn't being careful and I dropped it right in the oil pan and it just splattered. That was fun. All right, let's see if I can read what this thing says on it. It says 145 JEP 311. I don't know what that means. If you know what that means, let me know. And then it looks like there's somebody's, initials maybe. I just dripped on my coat. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Eco Guard. Eco Guard. I've never heard of that brand. Okay. And then we're just going to check our mating surface up here. Make sure there's, my gasket on the filter's still here, not up there. And I don't know why I didn't get a Fram. Usually I get Fram. I like the texture. But I just went with an STP. I'll be doing oil changes on this every 3,000 anyway. Now, since there's a little oil on there because I didn't dry it off, a lot of times I'll put a little bit of oil on the seal, but there's still oil on there, so I'm just going to spin it on. You do want to have a little bit of oil there so it doesn't stick, that gasket. Now, I don't like to over tighten things. I don't want it popping off while I'm driving down the highway either, but we got contact way back here, and then basically, right there, it started to grab more. So I'm going to go just a few quarter turns here until by hand I can't put it on anymore. And not even as hard as I can. I mean, that ain't going anywhere. The next time I come to take it off, I should, if I go hard enough, as hard as I can, I'll be able to take that off by hand. And if not, it won't be over tightened. The wrench will make short work of it. All right, so we've got that on. I've got my drip plug, drain plug, whatever, back in there. Let me give that a little, get that tightened. And I've got this big, huge breaker bar, right? Don't grab it down here. Grab it up, like choke up on it like it's a bat. And use it when you torque it up there. And you're not going to be able to over torque it as much. You know what I mean? So that's enough. That's tight enough. Okay, now my little towel here is actually long enough. My sacrificial towel. It was already out in the garage, abandoned by the girls, so Wipe that down. And our work down here is done. I say our work down there is done. It's actually not entirely. We will need to just, once we start it, just double check that we don't have a leak. And the manual calls for 5 quarts. So I can go ahead and pour in 4.5 without feeling like I'm going to overfill the crankcase or something. There's probably some oil left in there, so I'm not going to dump 5 quarts. And that, I love when it fits just right. I mean, that's beautiful. And then, can I get this off? Motorcraft has a pretty nice seal on there. Man, it's getting cold. Brr. Temperature dropped another 5 degrees, I think, in the past hour. We're rocking in the mid 30s, I think, now. High 30s, perhaps, but it feels like low 30s when that wind kicks up. All right. And I don't think it matters if you use Motorcraft, but they recommend their own brand, of course. And it doesn't cost really anything more than the cheap Walmart brand or something. So that's what I'll use. And notice I'm not gonna tip it this way. I'm gonna tip it more on its side or even upside down from what most people will do. That's gonna let the air channel back and it won't glug. I know they've got this little design that's supposed to keep it from glugging. That's good. And that's not in all of them. That's nice. Check this out. But look, see? It still glugs. So again, turn it on its side. And you can get lower too. So if it was windy, the wind wouldn't catch my oil. See that? Look how fast, whoop, little glug there. Look how fast you can go. All right. Well, we still got another half quart to go. That's good. Oh, still not down to a quart left. Like watching paint dry, right? Okay, that's good enough for now. So I'll let that drip down in there for a second. While you're doing this stuff, it's always, anytime you got the hood open, you can check your brake fluid. You can check your power steering fluid if you want, pull that out. Yep, I still have some. It's cold right now, so you'd check it hot. But, just kind of take a look around the engine bay. I cannot believe how many leaves we got out of here. I mean, unbelievable how many leaves somehow, some way got under there and packed too, packed in. Wild. All right, so I've got my cap right here. I'm not going to lose that. I'll set it right here. I'm going to leave the funnel in place. Heck, if I wanted to, I could even just drop that there to hold it so I don't lose it. Let's go ahead and start it. Now let's back her off the ramp. Oh, hey, see? Yeah, you got to think like I'm outside the garage. If I backed in the garage right now, I'd be hitting... I would absolutely be hitting my hood on the door. And of course, I always run through my head, like, did I put the filter on tight? Did I put the drain plug back in and tighten it down? Guess I could pull it all the way back in, couldn't I? All right. Now I have room to open my door too. We got this little cutout over here. All right. Where are you at, camera? Okay. So yeah, with the door back there, I got room. I can actually open it. It's nice. All right. So I'm just looking around, checking things out, tucking my head under here, see if I got any oil leaks. Everything looks good. Sounds like it's idling nicely. Let's shut her off. And now we're going to let her sit for a few minutes, let the oil drain back into the pan, and we'll check it and see how much we need to top her off with. All right, let's see where we are. I wonder if those are stock headers. That doesn't look like a regular manifold to me. It looks like headers. All right, we are just a hair under that bottom little circle. So we're just below minimum, which means we're probably going to be good if we just dump in the rest. Boy, how nice would it be if it would take the whole 5-quart jug and I don't have just a little bit left to just store, you know. I think that would be nice. You know what? I won't gamble. There's not much left in there, but we're about to see how reliable the dipstick is here. As far as like, is this safe range 1 quart? I don't know. Well, we're into the safe range. About a third of the way up. And I've only got a little left anyway, so we're going to go ahead and dump this in. And that should put us right in the middle of the safe range, which is a good spot to be, I think. You don't want to be at minimum, you don't want to be at maximum, right? You want to be right in the middle. Well, folks, that'll do it. Our first oil change on or done, and got the right oil in there. That's the important thing. Manufacturer has recommended fluids for a reason, folks. Those engineers probably know more than us. So anyway, I gotta get to the neighbor for my welding lesson. I think my oil can wait for it. Well, my kids might get into that. Yeah, we better clean that up before I leave. Have a good one.